It's ready to happen. For the first time in 10 years, I've bought myself a new motherboard and processor. As you can see, I have a Ryzen 7 there. It's a a Zen 2, like 3rd gen Ryzen processor. I have 1TB SSD and 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. So let's get this all into my 10-year-old computer that has an AMD Bulldozer processor in it, and let's see what it can do. Okay, so we've got the RAM here. Let's unbox that later. You might be able to see what it says. It's 16 gigs DDR4 3200, and I have 2 sticks of 16. So that's pretty good. We have the WD Blue solid state drive. It's a 1TB M.2 drive. So that'll go right on the board, which is a little bit better than the SSD I have now that's SATA. The Ryzen I picked is the 8-core 16-thread Ryzen 7 2700X. So that should be a significant improvement over the 8250 or 8520 AMD Bulldozer processor I have. Just in terms of instructions per clock cycle, it's apparently so much better, and I expect to see like a huge frame rate increase, because a lot of my games right now and other programs are CPU bound, so this is going to be a big deal right here. And to power it, I got a board that is supposedly compatible with Ryzen 3rd gen, the Zen 2 architecture. So we have the Asus Prime X570P. Let's open that up. Alright, it comes on this piece of cardboard that covers up. We've got a plate, those are good to have. We've got a manual, who needs those, right? It comes with standoffs, which is handy. Oh, they're little standoffs. It comes with tiny, tiny standoffs. Those are probably for something important on the board. And drivers, I guess. Some kind of CD. Let's get the box out of the way. Take a look at what they've given us. So I'll touch something earthed. Here we go. So this is what the new board looks like. It does have these tiny, tiny standoff sockets. So maybe this is for M.2. Yeah, this looks like it's for connecting and setting up your M.2 drive. I've never done that before, so that'll be neat. We have 4 slots. We'll only need 2 of them for now. So, yeah. So, I guess my process usually is to build the board and then set it into the computer. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. I'll just grab the RAM, run my thumb along this slit here, and hopefully that opens it. Now I'll get a knife, a proper knife to open it with. Got a little X-Acto blade. Ooh, all black looking RAM. No heat sinks on it though. So, I mean, it says it does 3200 megahertz. We'll find out. I don't think the heat sinks are terribly necessary. I never found RAM to get very hot in the first place. Socket 1331. Okay, DIMM B1, B2, A1, A2. So it looks like we're supposed to put these linearly. So let's put these in socket A. Just, yeah. I'll just place them for now, and I'm going to look in the motherboard and see what's the most optimal configuration, because sometimes, because you want to be able to use what's called bank interleaving, so that it will put half of your bytes basically of memory, half of your bytes of RAM usage goes to one chip and half goes to the other at the same time, so you effectively get double the speed. We always want double the speed. So, I think using DIMM A1 and A2 will achieve that goal. But I guess I'll find out. Oh, socket AM2 for heatsink included. We're going to cut through label. Haha. Warranty's not void, but they certainly know that you've opened it. It's like, warranty better not be void if you need to open the processor to use it. Alright, camera check. Let's see if the camera's still working. Okay, I've zoomed things in because, you know, it might be better if you can actually see what's going on. It comes with a fancy little sticker. I can put it on the front of my case, or not. So let's open up the ZIF socket, pull it out to the side and up. And this guy, was it sealed or is it? No, it's just a little rigid. Alright, this is the pièce de résistance. So, what's the pattern here? That goes to 0. Where's... Gotta get this right or you'll mash like... Usually these say which way it goes, but this doesn't seem to do that. So it's one of two ways. And I should be able, this is 0 insertion force. Yeah, you just drop it. You don't need to push on it at all. Since it fit one of two ways, because it had two slots. One here, one here, one here, one here, on both the processor and on the socket. That's how I was able to tell which way it goes. Just by carefully looking. These things are really hard to screw up if you are even just the slightest bit careful. So, here's the fan. This I might need to rejig afterward, but okay. So what's the best way? Where's our cooling? A10 pump. CPU fan. So CPU fan plugs in here. And we want that cable to be routed the best way possible, which should probably go across. And then this goes here. Just a little, the catch goes in the little hook here. And this other side has this mechanism that I should be able to push down. This little dealio. And don't worry about thermal paste because it comes with some, and typically you don't need much. So I'm just going to go with the default amount of thermal paste they give you, because you should probably not need any more than that. Get the cord out of the way. Come on, man. Get down on there. You too. Keep down. Down. Got to make sure that both sides are lined up. Oh, there we go. Both sides are on the tab. So, yeah, I just lined up the hole with this little tab here. And when I turn this, I think, I should be able to turn it. Oh no. Does it go this way? Let's take a look. I mean, it's on there, nice and solid. Oh yeah, you do need to, I think. Maybe. So I'm a little confused by this lever, because this lever is just like loose. Pushing on it pulls down on the processor a little bit, but it looks like I don't need to do anything. Like, I don't need to make it go that way. unless I do. Oh yeah, there's a little slat in it, you can tell. You have to very gently flick it over to make it, there we go. So now it's in the locked position, you can see. It's flattened. And there's a little more tension on the processor. Well, that's neat. So there we go. There's a basic upgrade. And I'm also going to need to add my M.2 SSD. So there's my knipper. Just cut open the package. Put away the blade so I don't cut myself. Look at the wee little guy. So tiny. Comes with a manual, because we need a manual for our SSD. So, like I said, this seems to be what the standoffs are for. Do we have multiple of these or just the one? Just the one. It seems to fit in that way. But it also fits in that way, which is wrong. No, it doesn't fit that way. 4 pins, 5 pins. Yep. That makes sense. So we need the standoffs so that it has something to rest against. Yeah. Because otherwise it won't go flat. So where's these little standoffs? Looks like we'll have to cut into the package. They didn't offer a little Ziploc. So far I only need one of the screws and one of the standoffs, I think. So one of you screws put it back in there. Get it back in there. So let me just turn this around. Put this little standoff here. Tiny silver guy. Hand tight's probably good enough. I did bring a screwdriver kit out here. Where is it? There it is. This is my little kit I bought years and years ago from Canada Computers. I need a really tiny bit for this. The screw is pretty tiny. So yeah. The M.2 package just fits in a little sleeve at the end. What I can do is I can use my phone to take a picture of it to cut in. Yeah, so this is the installation of the M.2, and you can see there's a little sleeve that it fits into, and then I just put the screw in over top. Oh yeah, and there's the latch for the AMD processor. Some more close-ups of the board. Alright, let's put that screw in. Come on. There we go. Just like less than Bowman Power finger tight, because usually my hand strength can break things probably. Just a very gentle tightness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this finished board and I'm going to set it in the cardboard box and set it aside while I take out the old components of the other board. Well, there it is. Here's the beast. This is a case that I slightly modified, and put this giant fan in. Used to belong to a friend, and the friend gave it to me along with one of the bulldozer processors I use in my computers. As you can see, I've done a video upgrade recently. The only problem with this video upgrade is it's not able to be fully utilized inside this computer because the processor is just that slow compared to it. I often have 100% CPU usage and 10%, 40% at most of GPU usage. Oops. I dropped a screw. It's a magnetic screwdriver, but these screws are heavy. Alright, so there's a little lever inside. I'm just going to push it to free my G-forced. There we go. Oh, the screw is inside my video card. That's handy. Get out of there. Just these ridiculous fans I stuck. Two-sided tape with a little fan there because my VRMs got hot. Unplug. Power. That fan can stay plugged in because it's leaving with the motherboard. All the buttons need to unplug. Case fan needs to unplug. Power. One sec here. Figured it might help if you could see what I had my hands into. So yeah, here's the power. I'm just unplugging. To figure out where the clip is. Get out of there. Thank you. Okay, and the zillions like hard drive connectors can come out. Front USB, more front USB. Front audio, even though the audio on this motherboard's broken. Something funny with old AMD motherboards, like the audio would just stop working, and I wonder if they used either chipsets that were pirated and thus the manufacturer just made the driver stop working with them, or if they really just fail like that. These are pretty old motherboards, so, or at least an old design. So it is possible that the board just gave up the ghost in the audio section and needs to be worked on. So now I'm just taking out the motherboard screws. You know, the average stuff. How many screws did I put into this board? 4? I only put 4 in. I don't even think my new board came with screws, although the cardboard did have another whole section of stuff, so I should probably take that out. Take a look at what they gave me. Ah! Dropping stuff again. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Yeah, one of the things I unplugged was this little speaker. PC bleeper. USB 3 ports. I might not need those anymore. TV capture card. I will probably use this. But I might buy a USB one, because this is hella old. Check this thing out. A WinTV HVR 2250. It's capable of doing ATSC and QAM digital TV. It does high def, but the drivers are really old. They're Windows 7 drivers. Any more screws? Yes, there's one more screw. And I don't have a backplate for this board because this board isn't actually mine. I swapped my board for one that my friend owned, and I fixed this board by changing out a capacitor that seems to have gone off spec, and that actually made the board boot again, so that was handy. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a washer. Alright. Yeah, there's no backplate, so I can just pull it straight out. So there we have the bare motherboard. It looks like it could use a bit of dusting. So let's give me a second and I'll get it dusted out. Hello again. So really, it should be as simple as me dropping in the new board. I'm going to need the back plate first, so I'm going to set this down. Where's the back plate gone to? Here it is. Got the brand new back plate. Fresh in package. Smells like nothing. Because I guess it wasn't manufactured in some place that had a lot of plastic fumes. It does not smell like fresh computer or anything. So yeah, just snap this in. Like, obviously, you know, this side Ethernet port over here. You match that up to what it looks like in the back of your motherboard. Make sure the orientation's right. There's still some dust in the back of that fan. Oh So yeah, I figured I'd get a better angle so you can see what I'm doing, but this is still really simple. There's this square slot in the back here. You just snap it right in. It just pushes into place. Finger power. You probably shouldn't need any more than that. Voila. Viola. Voila. It's funny how people say voila as walla, as it's, and sometimes they'll even spell it with a W just to be really obtuse. It's a French word, man. Starts with a V. I get the feeling people know. They're just taking the piss. That cord out of the way. Looks like I might need another 12 volt. Looks like I need the extension on the 12 volt. There's more 12 volts over there than I currently have. I didn't have to put the stand-offs in this board because I think they're just going to line up. Yeah, they do. 1, 2. Stand off there. Now let me see. That is something to pay attention to, because if there's like a standoff jutting into a piece of electronics in the bottom of the board, that could be bad. Might be good to get this fan out of the way first. Good thing is, it's really easy to get out of the way. Come on, man. Get it from under there. Hello, stop grabbing the board. Oh, the power's grabbing the board. Okay. So it has this guy, and then that guy, and then the bottom ones. So it is good. So 1, 1, 1, 1. There's one back here. There's a standoff little stubby that goes in there. 1, 2, 3. So it should be good, actually. What's this thing? Is that a case fan? Oh, it is a case fan. So I should be able to guide this guy in here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to route more 12 volt power up to the top though. Line up all the ports at the back. Come on. There we go. Aha, and it just drops into place. Don't need that SATA cable because we're not using it. That's pretty tight. It still should work. So I might need to bring you in close so that we can do the ports. There it is, my new computer. GeForce 2070, Ryzen 7 2700X. Yeah. The best part of this is it seems to be just booting directly into my previous install of the OS. I haven't had to change anything. I just hit save in the BIOS, I didn't change any settings. Here we all are at all defaults and it's booting up. So that's pretty good. The new CPU fan obviously adds a little bit to the light in the room if my computer's on at night. So that might be a problem, but you know, we'll deal with that as we need to. Get devices ready. You better believe it. Get those devices ready. They're gonna be all new devices. And some old devices just sort of plugged into a different socket. Look at that. I booted up my system and it instantly had Task Manager open because that's what I had open last time when I had my system up. GPU, very low usage, but there's the 16 cores. Pretty sweet. And memory, yeah, 5.3 of 31.9 gigabytes.